Hey guys, what's up? This is Tom Burkhardt from Car Rips Daily in the 2017 Ford Super Duty F-250 Platinum. This is the 6.7 liter Power Stroke diesel, making 440 horsepower and 925 foot-pounds of torque, which means this is the most powerful vehicle we've ever taken out on the handling loop here in Charleston, South Carolina. And this is not super nice to do to the Super Duty, but I've been so impressed with how the truck handles that I really feel confident in pushing it hard around these corners, because this F-250 is a revolution. As much as the 2015 F-150 felt so different than every full-size pickup truck before because of its aluminum bodywork and high-strength steel boxed ladder frame, this F-250 brings those upgrades as well and feels absolutely awesome for it. It feels really, really precise on the road, fairly comfortable, and extremely urgent. It has a lot of urge. With this 6-speed automatic and 440 horsepower, you definitely feel that rush. But of course, it's geared to big towing, and that it does exceptionally well. With 15,000 pounds right from the trailer hitch and back, and then up to the max capacity for the Super Duty series is like 27.5 or something, just ridiculously huge. So these trucks are designed to tow, and they do it very, very well. But they're also pretty good at hauling ass around corners, which is very, very surprising. So how did they do this? Well, the biggest thing is weight loss. The Super Duties switch to a full aluminum exterior is a big contributor, as that cuts like almost like 800 pounds off of the traction control deck. Cuts like 800 pounds off of the weight of the vehicle, and then much of that is reinvested back into stiffening the frame. So this new 95% high-strength steel off the frame, like the whole thing basically is high-strength box steel, is now up to 24x stronger than it was before, which is insane. That's like 2,400%, like 2,000% stronger than before. I mean, it's something you never really see in a model redesign. And of course, the way that's and that's one of the reasons that this 2017 Super Duty is such a revolution. So fairly good brakes. Really good brakes, strong feel, great sense of stability. The truck really moves. I mean, in the second and third gear, this truck is seriously flying forward at a big pace. I've got it in tow haul mode, so it does hold gears a little bit better around corners, but just two-wheel drive versus four-wheel drive. We'll try it in 4x4 on the way back on this little road. But amazingly capable and easy to drive on a road like this, which is obviously very, very narrow and very, very twisty, which is not something you could have said about, or you can say about many 2500 series pickup trucks. So that's a really, really impressive feat for this F-250. And so the frame is radically stiffer. The vehicle is significantly lighter than ever before. And for the first time, we have a variable ratio power steering. So even though it's still hydraulic, it's not electronic or anything, it varies the ratios from, I think, like a real slow, like about 3.5 or 4 turns lock to lock, excuse me, down to about 2.7 when you're doing when you're just in like little low speed maneuvers. It does increase the handling precision and the ability to sort of fling the truck around without really working it too hard. So strong, so powerful. It really gains urge. So extremely great machine. So beyond the F-250 with this 6.6 liter, which is 6.7 liter Power Stroke diesel, which is a single turbocharger on that V8, but it is sequential with, I think, like variable vanes. It has a different sequential amounts of boost that it delivers. But it does deliver its full 925 foot-pounds of torque from just 1,800 RPM, or maybe even lower than that. It's seriously like right off the line is when that torque comes in. So it's almost like you just surf this huge wave of boost as you accelerate up to speed, and it feels great. 2017 F-250 also looks great. This Platinum spec is clearly the best looking one of the lot, but then again, it would be. I mean, from the F-250's base prices of about $34,000, when you add 4x4 and add the crew cab, as well as the Platinum spec, our base price for the truck is $62,000, and then goes up from there with an $8,000 diesel engine, and then white platinum paint, roof clearance lights, fifth wheel trailer prep, and a couple other things. We're up to $77,000, but really, I mean, in terms of resale value and capability for a truck like this, that's not too bad at all. So I'm gonna turn around and go back and do the loop one more time. So really immensely good. So this Platinum, in addition to being the most luxurious by far, you've got like power tailgate, adaptive cruise, vented seats, massage seats. It has like everything. Power deployable running boards, LED headlights. I'm trying to think of like the other stuff so I don't forget big stuff. I mean, it just really has everything that's in like a luxury Ford or Lincoln these days is also in this vehicle. So it's supremely well equipped. And then with this Platinum Ultimate package, we bring a couple other things in addition to that. But all the Platinums are going to be like the best and most like sort of urban and contemporary or cosmopolitan look outside. One thing I'm missing is shift paddles, which is kind of curious, but not a big deal. Why is it the best looking? Well, it's a full monochrome exterior, so like the front and rear bumpers are body colored, which is a very nice detail. Nice. Very nice detail. I'm going to take it off tow haul mode and I'm going to put it in 4x4 high. So there it's done, the shift is done. And you can do that, I did like up to 70, 80 miles an hour. You can do that shift back and forth, which is very nice. It also has a unique Platinum grille, and this Platinum with the diesel has an extra unique grille because those full sort of like Ford Atlas concept style crossbars for the grille are now sort of like a brushed alloy finish versus chrome, and that in all the Platinums, and then in the Platinum diesel they're actually carved out, like it's boxed. Those two huge shield pieces are boxed out because of the air demands of this Super Duty. I mean, this vehicle needs a lot of air. So that's like, I'm at like top speed right now. So it needs a lot of air, so it carves out that bumper and gives you a unique look, which is pretty cool. It looks cool, it looks unique on the road, it looks very new and very expensive. Some of the other things that are Platinum exclusives, I believe, or no, that come on the Platinum, but you will need to option out in a big way. Some of the other trims are like the power running boards, which are awesome. They're so fast and so easy, and then the power tailgate is nice too. I do kind of like these power extendable mirrors, which are very easy, and then of course for car washes, which I'm going to need very soon, you've got the power fold function. You can't actually, as so far as I've seen, you can't have them power fold every time you turn the car off, which would be nice, but it's still great to have that power folding capability for you know, at the touch of a button, so you don't have to get out and do it manually. So 4x4, I'm noticing like the steering is a little bit more precise and a little bit heavier in 4x4, but it really doesn't change the way the truck drives at all. I mean, it's very impressive that it doesn't alter the handling as much as I would have expected. What really makes a big difference on roads like this is the tow haul mode, because it engine brakes you up to the curve's apex. Like it keeps you in gear and keeps the engine braking active. Whereas like in regular mode, you know, it's aiming at fuel efficiency, and it will upshift for you. But having it keep it in gear gives you a little bit more precise control of the vehicle. Especially, I mean, this is a large machine. We're at like over 7,000 pounds bombing down the road here. So as much control as you can have is a good thing. And this F-250 delivers better than any 2500 series pickup truck I've ever driven. I think it might be a little more precise and easy to drive fast than even the new Nissan Titan, like the XD, which sort of bridges that gap in capability between 1500s and 2500s, but it's still like huge and drives really huge too. Whereas this F-250 definitely is big, but there isn't as big of a learning curve for driving it on little roads like this. Whereas like the Titan really is sort of like takes, you know, like all hands on deck. You got to really pay attention. Whereas this F-250 is much more easy. It feels more fluid and natural to drive. So grip is actually pretty respectable, despite being like, you know, 10 or 11 inches off the ground. The body control is pretty good. There's very little body lean, squat, or dive, which we experienced pretty heavily on the Land Cruiser on the same route. Brakes are still strong. Obviously, this thing is so upgraded. Everything in it is so upgraded so that it can be a towing hero. And as a result, I mean, little stuff like this barely pushes its limits. But I mean, we're at 80 miles an hour in a heartbeat. I mean, this thing really has good passing power from that like 60 to 70 up to 85, 90, which is the main times that drivers will need that type of extra urge. And having all this surplus power is a great thing for. Scared that person. It's a great thing for just when you are towing, because then you know that you have just so much extra strength available that you're never going to tap the well. I'm very, very impressed with this F-250. The last thing we should note is just the general refinement. It is extremely quiet this year and extremely refined. You really don't know it's a diesel from inside until you're at like the red line or you open a window. So really, really awesome truck. Back into a two-wheel drive. Turn the TCS off. We'll do one more little launch here. So 2017 F-250 Platinum, amazing machine. That locking diff and back kept me from really doing a big, from burning the tires, and just keeps the grip and keeps you on track. So we'll see you guys next time. Check out the review over on Car Revs Daily of this 2017 Super Duty in a couple weeks, and we will see you next time. Thanks.